Video is an electronic medium for the recording, copying, playback, broadcasting, and display of moving visual media. Video systems vary greatly in the resolution of the display, how they are refreshed, and the rate of refresh, and 3D video systems exist. They can also be carried on a variety of media, including radio broadcast, tapes, DVDs, computer files, etc. History. Video technology was first developed for mechanical television systems, which were quickly replaced by cathode ray tube television systems. But several new technologies for video display devices have since been invented. Charles Ginzburg led an Ampex research team developing one of the first practical video tape recorder. In 1951, the first video tape recorder captured live images from television cameras by converting the camera's electrical impulses and saving the information onto magnetic videotape. Video recorders were sold for $50,000 in 1956, and videotapes cost $300 per 1-hour reel. However, prices gradually dropped over the years. In 1971, Sony began selling videocassette recorder decks and tapes to the public. The use of digital techniques in video created digital video, which allowed higher quality and, eventually, much lower cost than earlier analog technology. After the invention of the DVD in 1997 and Blu-ray disc in 2006, sales of videotape and recording equipment plummeted. Advances in computer technology allowed even inexpensive personal computers to capture, store, edit and transmit digital video, further reducing the cost of video production, allowing program makers and broadcasters to move to tapeless production. The advent of digital broadcasting and the subsequent digital television transition is in the process of relegating analog video to the status of a legacy technology in most parts of the world. As of 2015, update, with the increasing use of high-resolution video cameras with improved dynamic range and color gamuts, and high dynamic range digital intermediate data formats with improved color depth. Modern digital video technology is slowly converging with digital film technology. Characteristics of video streams: number of frames per second, frame rate, the number of still pictures per unit of time of video, ranges from 6 or 8 frames per second for old mechanical cameras to 120 or more frames per second for new professional cameras. PAL standards and Ntsc specify 25 frames per second, while Ntsc standards specify 29.97 frames. Film is shot at the slower frame rate of 24 frames per second, which slightly complicates the process of transferring a cinematic motion picture to video. The minimum frame rate to achieve a comfortable illusion of a moving image is about 16 frames per second. Interlaced versus progressive video can be interlaced or progressive. Interlacing was invented as a way to reduce flicker in early mechanical and court video displays without increasing the number of complete frames per second, which would have sacrificed image detail to remain within the limitations of a narrow bandwidth. The horizontal scan lines of each complete frame are treated as if numbered consecutively, and captured as two fields. An odd field consisting of the odd-numbered lines and an even field consisting of the even-numbered lines. Analog display devices reproduce each frame in the same way, effectively doubling the frame rate as far as perceptible overall flicker is concerned. When the image capture device acquires the fields one at a time, rather than dividing up a complete frame after it is captured, the frame rate for motion is effectively doubled as well, resulting in smoother, more lifelike reproduction of rapidly moving parts of the image when viewed on an interlaced court display. But the display of such a signal on a progressive scan device is problematic. Ntsc Pal and Ntsc and interlaced formats. Abbreviated video resolution specifications often include an I to indicate interlacing. For example, PAL video format is often specified as 576x50, where 576 indicates the total number of horizontal scan lines, I indicates interlacing, and 50 indicates 50 fields per second. In progressive scan systems, each refresh period updates all scan lines in each frame in sequence. When displaying a natively progressive broadcast or recorded signal, the result is optimum spatial resolution of both the stationary and moving parts of the image. When displaying a natively interlaced signal, however, overall spatial resolution is degraded by simple line doubling. Artifacts such as flickering or comb effects in moving parts of the image appear, unless special signal processing eliminates them. A procedure known as deinterlacing can optimize the display of an interlaced video signal from an analog, DVD or satellite source on a progressive scan device such as an LCD television, digital video projector or plasma panel. Deinterlacing cannot, however, produce video quality that is equivalent to true progressive scan source material. Aspect ratio. Aspect ratio describes the dimensions of video screens and video picture elements. All popular video formats are rectilinear, and so can be described by a ratio between width and height. The screen aspect ratio of a traditional television screen is 4:3, or about 1.331. High-definition televisions use an aspect ratio of 16:9, or about 1.781. The aspect ratio of a full 35mm film frame with soundtrack is 1.375:1. Pixels on computer monitors are usually square, but pixels used in digital video often have non-square aspect ratios, such as those used in the PAL and Ntsc variants of the CCIR 601 digital video standard, and the corresponding anamorphic widescreen formats. Therefore, a 720 by 480 pixel Ntsc DV image displays with the 4:3 aspect ratio if the pixels are thin, and displays at the 16:9 aspect ratio if the pixels are fat. The popularity of viewing video on mobile phones has led to the growth of vertical video. Mary Meeker, a partner at Silicon Valley venture capital firm Kleiner Perkins Caulfield & Byers, highlighted the growth of vertical video viewing in her 2015 Internet Trends report, growing from 5% of video viewing in 2010 to 29% in 2015. Vertical video ads like Snapchats are watched in their entirety 9x more than landscape video ads. The format was rapidly taken up by leading social platforms and media publishers such as Mashable. In October 2015, video platform Grabio launched technology to help video publishers adapt horizontal 16:9 video into mobile formats such as vertical and square. Color space and bits per pixel color model name describes the video color representation. YIQ was used in Ntsc television. It corresponds closely to the YUV scheme used in Ntsc and PAL television and the YDBDR scheme used by CCAM television. The number of distinct colors a pixel can represent depends on the number of bits per pixel. A common way to reduce the amount of data required in digital video is by Chroma Subsampling. Because the human eye is less sensitive to details in color than brightness, the luminance data for all pixels is maintained, while the chrominance data is averaged for a number of pixels in a block, and that same value is used for all of them. For example, this results in a 50% reduction in chrominance data using 2-pixel blocks or 75% using 4-pixel blocks. This process does not reduce the number of possible color values that can be displayed. It reduces the number of distinct points at which the color changes. Video quality. Video quality can be measured with formal metrics like PSNR or with subjective video quality using expert observation. The subjective video quality of a video processing system is evaluated as follows. Choose the video sequences to use for testing. Choose the settings of the system to evaluate. Choose a test method for how to present video sequences to experts and to collect their ratings. Invite a sufficient number of experts, preferably not fewer than 15. Carry out testing. Calculate the average marks for each HRC based on the experts' ratings. Many subjective video quality methods are described in the ITUT recommendation BT 500. One of the standardized method is the double stimulus impairment scale. In DSIS, each expert views an unimpaired reference video followed by an impaired version of the same video. The expert then rates the impaired video using a scale ranging from "impairments are imperceptible" to "impairments are very annoying." Video compression method. Uncompressed video delivers maximum quality, but with a very high data rate. A variety of methods are used to compress video streams, with the most effective ones using a group of pictures to reduce spatial and temporal redundancy. Broadly speaking, spatial redundancy is reduced by registering differences between parts of a single frame. This task is known as intraframe compression and is closely related to image compression. Likewise, temporal redundancy can be reduced by registering differences between frames. This task is known as interframe compression, including motion compensation and other techniques. Stereoscopic video can be created using several different methods. 2 channels. A right channel for the right eye and a left channel for the left eye. Both channels may be viewed simultaneously by using light polarizing filters 90 degrees off-axis from each other on 2 video projectors. These separately polarized channels are viewed wearing eyeglasses with matching polarization filters. 1 channel with 2 overlaid color-coded layers. This left and right layer technique is occasionally used for network broadcast, or recent anaglyph releases of 3D movies on DVD. Simple red, cyan plastic glasses provide the means to view the images discretely to form a stereoscopic view of the content. 1 channel with alternating left and right frames for the corresponding eye. Using LCD shutter glasses that read the frame sync from the VGA display data channel to alternately block the image to each eye, so the appropriate eye sees the correct frame. This method is most common in computer virtual reality applications such as in a cave automatic virtual environment, but reduces effective video frame rate to 1/2 of normal. Blu-ray discs greatly improve the sharpness and detail of the 2-color 3D effect in color-coded stereo programs. See articles, stereoscopy and 3D film. Video formats. Different layers of video transmission and storage each provide their own set of formats to choose from. For transmission, there is a physical connector and signal protocol. A given physical link can carry certain display standards that specify a particular refresh rate, display resolution, and color space. Many analog and digital recording formats are in use, and digital video clips can also be stored on a computer file system as files, which have their own formats. In addition to the physical format used by the data storage device or transmission medium, the stream of ones and zeros that is sent must be in a particular digital video compression format, of which a number are available. Analog video is a video signal transferred by an analog signal. An analog color video signal contains luminance, brightness and chrominance of an analog television image. When combined into one channel, it is called composite video, as is the case, among others, with Ntsc Pal and CCAM. Analog video may be carried in separate channels, as in 2-channel S-video and multi-channel component video formats. Analog video is used in both consumer and professional television production applications. Composite video, S-video, component video, SCART, VGA, TRRC, D-terminal, digital video signal formats with higher quality have been adopted, including serial digital interface, digital visual interface, high-definition multimedia interface and DisplayPort interface. Though analog video interfaces are still used and widely available, there exist different adapters and variants. Serial digital interface, digital visual interface, HDMI, DisplayPort, transport medium. Video can be transmitted or transported in a variety of ways. Wireless broadcast as an analog or digital signal. Coaxial cable in a closed-circuit system can be sent as analog interlaced 1-volt peak-to-peak with a maximum horizontal line resolution up to 480. Broadcast or studio cameras use a single or dual coaxial cable system using a progressive scan format known as SDI serial digital interface and HD-SDI for high-definition video. The distances of transmission are somewhat limited depending on the manufacturer. The format may be proprietary. SDI has a negligible lag and is uncompressed. There are initiatives to use the SDI standards in closed-circuit surveillance systems for higher definition images over longer distances on coax or twisted pair cable. Due to the nature of the higher bandwidth needed, the distance the signal can be effectively sent is a half to a third of what the older interlaced analog systems supported. Video connectors, cables, and signal standards. See list of video connectors for information about physical connectors and related signal standards. Video display standards. Digital television. New formats for digital television broadcasts use the MPEG-2 video codec and include ATSC, USA, Canada, Mexico, Korea. Digital video broadcasting. Europe. ISDB. Japan. ISDB-TB uses the MPEG-4 video codec. Brazil, Argentina. Digital multimedia broadcasting. Korea. Analog television broadcast standards include FCS, USA, Russia, obsolete, MAC, Europe, obsolete, Muse, Japan, NTSC, USA, Canada, Japan, PAL, Europe, Asia, Oceania, PAL-M, PAL variation. Brazil, Argentina, PAL Plus, PAL extension, Europe, RS-343, SECAM, France, former Soviet Union, Central Africa. An analog video format consists of more information than the visible content of the frame. Preceding and following the image are lines and pixels containing synchronization information or a time delay. This surrounding margin is known as a blanking interval or blanking region. The horizontal and vertical front porch and back porch of the building blocks of the blanking interval. Computer displays. See computer display standard for a list of standards used for computer monitors and comparison with those used for television. Recording formats before videotape. Phonovision. Kinescope. Analog tape formats in approximate chronological order. All formats listed were sold to and used by broadcasters, video producers or consumers, or were important historically. 2. Quadruplex videotape. Vera. 1. Type A videotape. 1/2. EIAJ. U-matic 3/4. 1/2. Cartravision. VCR, VCR-LP, SVR. 1. Type B videotape. 1. Type C videotape. Betamax. VHS. Video 2000. 2. Helical scan videotape. 1/4. CVC. Betacam. HDVS. Betacam SP. Video 8. SVHS. VHS-C. Pixelvision. Unihi 1/2 HD. High 8. WVHS. Digital tape formats. Betacam IMX. DVHS. D-Theater. D1. D2. D3. D5 HD. D6. Digital SD9. Digital Betacam. Digital 8. DV. HDCAM. HDV. Prod. Micromph. Miniv. Optical disc storage formats. Blu-ray disc. China Blue High Definition disc. DVD. Professional disc. Universal Media disc. Discontinued Enhanced Versatile disc. HD-DVD, HD-VMD, capacitance electronic disc, laserdisc, television electronic disc, and VHD. Digital encoding formats CCIR 601, H261, H263, H264, MPEG-4 AVC, H265, MJPEG, MPEG-1, MPEG-2, MPEG-4, OGTHERA, VP8 WebM, VC1, Standard System A, System B, System G, System H, System I, System M,